What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jason here at the Cowpot Bros. Come let you guys know that the date for the anniversary episode has been set, and it's going to be Thursday, April the 21st, episode 53. Mark your calendars down for that. It's going to be a good show, and the main thing is we want to hear from you. So make sure you continue to send us your messages via cowpotbros.com, the message button there, cowpotbros@gmail.com, 405-877-BROS, or just hit us up on social media and let us know what you thought about the first year of the Cowpot Bros, what you liked, didn't like, favorite moments, favorite segments, what have you. Make sure you get those to us by Thursday, April the 14th, the week before. So make sure we have it in time to get it in for the show, okay? And no matter what, make sure you remember this. When it comes to all things Cowpot Bros, make sure you like us, love us, share us, and follow us. Because if you like us, why wouldn't you?
Welcome back to Cowpot Bros. Jason and I are fresh off the first segment covering the Will Smith and Chris Rock altercation. Bro, we didn't even get into some of the takes about the aftermath. So that was a fun topic, though. I knew you and I were not going to agree on that. Like, I just knew. Coming up next in the second segment, a Chicago businessman is gaining a little bit of notoriety for doing the right thing. Doing the right thing by a lot of people in a position that could benefit from this type of giveaway. Chicago businessman Willie Wilson, and Jason, I don't know if you knew this, Willie Wilson actually ran for mayor at one point. He is doing this gas giveaway where he basically offered to fill gas tanks up to $50 at 21 locations, and each station took up to 400 cars. And I'm referencing an article from USA Today by Asha Gilbert, who basically talks in a little bit in detail about the response when Willie Wilson decided to do this, and basically how Willie Wilson handled some of that criticism. And I didn't know this either. Willie Wilson ran for a U.S. Senate seat in 2020, so he's been staying busy. Now, when you got that many people lined up, Jason, to try and be a part of some giveaway, it's bound to cause some sort of traffic issue, especially in Chicago and especially in the burbs. And so at one point, you had Chicago police officers basically complaining that basically, hey, man, this is going to Chicago Police Department is complaining that, hey, this is going to be additional police overtime to, support this initiative. And at one point, they had reporters basically ask Willie Wilson, hey, it's amazing. We understand you're committing your finances, your resources to see that people actually can get some relief this spring, as we anticipate what gas prices may look like in the summer. And then they were saying, hey, will you also pay for the police overtime? And his response, Jason, was quite hysterical, because you just said, nah. Everything about his response said that is an elderly black man who will not be doing what you just asked him. And I can appreciate that. As a soon-to-be elderly black man, I can't wait to be like 70 plus years old telling people, no, I'm not doing that shit. It is few words as possible.
Well, I can't get more few than nah.
Yeah, it was like that Rosa Parks shirt where he said, it said, nah.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Willie Wilson is like, I already pay taxes, dog. I did my part. Don't cry like little sisters of the poor now. Mm-hmm. You didn't took my money.
Were any of these gas stations either the Oh, that's another thing. So yeah, so he's actually done 2 runs of this, by the way.
Correct. He did a smaller run when it was around 200,000, and then obviously that didn't last as long, and also more importantly, I don't think gas was as high. Um, and then in this case, he kind of upped the ante, and now it's like upwards of $1 million.
Yeah, that's not just up in the ante. That's like 5. Well, obviously 5 times the amount. So yeah, now I admittedly hadn't been keeping track of this. I heard or saw the little headlines on all the news sites and whatnot. I haven't been keeping up with it because again, this may sound horrible. I don't live in Chicago, obviously, so I couldn't take advantage of this. But in general, clearly this is a good story. Clearly. We all know gas is high everywhere in the country, no matter where you are, gas is a lot higher than you're used to. Obviously, in larger cities, it's going to be even worse. Chicago's not the worst of the prices, but they're definitely high, right? I'm sure you know all about that living in Wisconsin. Um, so definitely anybody willing to come out their pocket to help a mass amount of people on 2 separate occasions just to pay for their tank of gas. And even though $50 doesn't sound like a whole lot, it probably helped out those people for at least a week. And hey, you know what? I'm sure we all love to get a little help for a week. So I definitely understand police concerns when it comes to overtime. I'm sure they have budgets to deal with and stuff like that. But compared to all the other stuff they get overtime for, I have to imagine this is probably one of the more positive things people are doing in the city for them to get their overtime, as opposed to responding to whatever murders are going on. And that's not a shot at Chicago. That's just being real. So I can definitely understand them, maybe voicing their concern about the overtime. But again, it's something positive helping the community out. And with all the negative PR Chicago gets for all the other BS, including what I just mentioned, you think you'd be very happy for the city to get some good PR. And maybe the police aren't concerned about that, but they probably should be. I would say Lori Lightfoot should be concerned about it as well, but there's a different reason why she may not be. We'll go into that later. But it's partially what you mentioned. He ran for mayor before. So all in all, this is a fantastic thing. You can't argue with it. I just wish Willie Wilson would come to other cities around the country and do the same thing and spread the wealth, buddy. I love Chicago. It's the best city in the world. What about us other people living in the Chicago-like city, like Indianapolis? So, Terrence, I do have a question, and I don't know if you can answer this. I know you called him a businessman. I didn't see anything about that, but basically, I'm wondering where's this money coming from that he's paying for this? $1.2 million on gas for people he don't know.
Short answer, I don't know. I just know he got it. That's
clearly.
that.
Unless you got a whole bunch of credit cards. I don't know, but yeah.
Oh my God, this is so fucked up.
I don't know that, man. I don't know what he got in his pockets other than
that's fucking preposterous, Jason. Come on, man.
No, I'm just messing around.
So he's owned and operated several McDonald's restaurant franchises.
You can stop right there. That's all we need to know. McDonald's is blown up. We're good.
Yeah, and also he owns a medical supply company. So
okay, there you go. Okay, so probably even more so, this is definitely a generous thing that he's doing. Now, of course, people are going to bring up his motivations for why he's wanting to do it. I saw earlier today, about an hour ago, he announced that on April the 11th, he's going to announce his decision to run for mayor or not. Although he insisted that his move to do this gas is not a act of him trying to buy votes from people. How's people going to question that? In all fairness, I had to say I wonder that as well. I can't, accuse Joe Biden of pandering and not accuse this person of doing the same thing. It wouldn't be fair. So, in fairness,
Joe Biden was pandering to black women. This man is pandering to your gas tank. I'm kidding, mostly.
Wow, you may be kidding, but it is a legitimate argument because it is the timing of it. Is weird because again, doing this the second time
weird. How's the timing weird?
I'm referring to when it comes to him not trying to buy votes, and then all of a sudden it's announced today that in 10 days or whatever it is, 2 weeks, I'm going to announce whether or not I'm going to run for mayor, which I'm sure he's going to announce that he is. So, and then also in that same announcement, he says he's thinking about doing this gas thing a third time. And it wouldn't surprise me if that third time just happens to be during his mayoral campaign. Again, he's helping people out, literally helping people out beyond probably more so than what I was talking about with Biden, because at least he's actually helping the community out, literally. You know what I mean? So I'll give him credit for that, but I definitely understand people's reasoning to question his motives. Your thoughts?
Um, I explain when Willie Wilson actually like started expanding out into the burbs though. If he expands the campaign, see at one point he was doing it in Chicago only, and then he expanded to be into the collar counties like Cook County.
Mm-hmm.
So, for example, one of the gas stations I believe was in Alsa, which is right around our hometown. So that does dilute the whole. Hey, man, I'm just doing this to this was not a fucking rock the vote campaign. You either need gas or you don't.
Well, I mean, I definitely understand what you mean by the fact it's not just in Chicago, but I guess that depends on how skeptical you are, or how much of a cynic you are. People can say, "Oh, he's just doing that to throw the scent off,"
The
The
scent off of what?
fact that he's just trying to buy votes. Which again, I'm not saying he is or isn't. I'm just saying, like you said earlier about the slap. I wouldn't have done it, but I understand. I understand.
Buy votes. Hell, I wish more politicians try to buy votes like this.
Well, unfortunately, more politicians, especially in Chicago, do try to buy votes. It's just in the illegal way. So, um, yeah, you know what I mean. Don't go there. But
No, no.
but yeah. I mean, listen. I will say this. I am interested to see how he handles the third running of this. Because again, $200,000 just in Chicago, now up to $1 million at over 50 locations outside, including and outside of Chicago. So I don't know if he's going to try to do more than this, which he might. Was he going to do 2 million next time? Is he going to go throughout the top half of the state? Is he going to go out to like Will County and McHenry County and DuPage and Lake and all stuff like that? Who knows? But as far as the timing of it all, as far as on the community relations side, the timing of it obviously is better. So it's a fantastic idea. Everybody's complaining about the high gas prices, no matter what city you're in. And here's a guy, no matter what, he's helping people out with a tank of gas, help you out for a week. There you go. Now, gas prices are coming down now, which is fantastic. At least here in Indy, I know they are. So if he does it again, maybe it'll help out people even more. So I am interested to see what he does for the third time if he does it. Again, I'm pretty sure he is based off what I just said a minute ago about him announcing if he's going to run or not. I'm sure he is. But kudos to him for actually doing something, getting out there and doing it. So I will say this. If he does run for mayor, stuff like this may, give Lori Lightfoot a run for her money. Because she hadn't had the best reputation recently. So goodwill helps people sometimes. And maybe Mr. Wilson gained a whole lot of that. I had to look at the numbers about how many people actually took advantage of this. Because it wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden, obviously we're never going to know if a high percent of those people who got the gas from him are going to vote for him going forward. I mean, it's kind of hard to, I don't know about you. I mean, obviously, I'd love to sit here and say that I wouldn't have taken the gas because I feel like people would have needed it more than me. But at the same time, I have to imagine if he put $50 of gas in my tank, that's going to make him look more favorable to me as opposed to somebody I've never met before. But yeah, here's this dude running for mayor or going to run for mayor, and he's pumping my gas. In a way, he's lowering himself to pump my gas. How many other mayor or mayoral candidates would be willing to do that? To put themselves on the same level as the people, as opposed to just sending somebody else to do it.
Yeah, I don't look into it that big. I don't look into it so big to the point that, oh, look at him, he's a man of the people. Um, Although hell, $50 can go a long way. I don't care. Listen, I don't care if you're middle class, working class. $50 is $50.
That's a week and a half of gas for me. So
And if I don't have to come up off of $50, it count and it matter.
Exactly. And I'm a single guy with no kids. So I can imagine people who have a lot more expenses because of more bodies in the house. Like you said, $50 even goes further for them because it means a lot more for them. So, and you know what? Those are probably a lot of people that took advantage of that $50. So,
yeah. So regardless of the mayoral ambitions of one Willie Wilson, hey, the Cal Park Bros salute you, and we will watch your future with great interest.
Is that you saying you're going to endorse Willie Wilson for mayor of Chicago?
I mean, as much as a kid from the suburbs can. Hell, at this point, I just need a break from Lori Lightfoot memes. I swear to God.
And that's exactly my point right there. That's exactly my point. People are looking for a change. Not everybody, but some people are looking for a change and looking for any type of person who might be better or somebody they like better than Lori Lightfoot. Here's a guy putting gas in your gas tank for you.
Right.
Twice. Maybe 3 times. So there you go.
Yeah, we need to have Willie Wilson in charge of stimulus payments next.
Well, yeah. See, there you go. Maybe this is a prelude for him to say, hey, city of Chicago, you like me mayor, I'm going to give every citizen of Chicago a free gas stimulus check. Again, don't know if he's going to do that, but like the green light say in the back, money, 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 money.
Nice. All right. That concludes our segment on the Willie Wilson gas giveaway. Coming up next, we're going to talk about the fact that as many upsets as there were in the NCAA tournament, it's still all about the Blue Bloods. Coming up next on Cal Park Bros.